25年前，全中国人民几乎都看了同一部电影。剧中的男一号擅长画画，片刻之间寥寥素笔，栩栩如生。片中这位男一号有个优势，漂亮的真人女模特就在眼前咫尺之外，他只需要还原现实中的美，不需要凭空创作。7月，我在北京遇到一位世界级的职业汽车设计师，一个人一支笔一张纸，整整6分钟18秒，一台仅仅存在于他想象之中的未来的新车已经跃然纸上。这位设计师名叫 Nader 出生于伊朗，曾经在宝马汽车工作过20年，主持过宝马6系、7系、i 系列电动车等许多重要的车型设计。现在他是阿维塔的首席设计官，平时在慕尼黑工作。Nader 先生他设计过各种各样、造型各异的车辆产品，但就他个人而言，造型风格倒是10几年如一日，经典不变。去年底，我跟 Nader 在慕尼黑他的工作室就见过一面。7月份呢，阿维塔约我跟他在北京再见面聊聊。我本来是想开着车带着他去北京串胡同、朝阳门的公园、簋街的涮羊肉火锅、国贸的写字楼，到处溜达，感受中国真实的脉搏、真实的街道。结果他非说要约我去城东边郊外见面。一个生活在德国的伊朗人跟一个生活在上海的湖北人居然用英文聊天，还说要有惊喜，这到底能是什么惊喜？
I think it's surprise.
Let me guess. It must be your...
Looks very sleek, right?
Yeah. For me, the first impression is about the proportion. I think it should be the first premium GT in China market. The thing that interests me most is the height. You see a lot of electric vehicle couldn't have very good control about height.
Because it's fundamental for the design. If you have a great proportion, then everything is much easier. We always go to the limits of the maximum wheel size possible. If you look from the front view, you see also the great stance. You know, everything is related to the wheels, very muscular. You see also the rear fender from here.
Yeah.
Very sporty, but still very pure. It's very pure. Nevertheless, there are a lot of sensorics inside. You don't see how many we have, but it's an autonomous driving car with obviously 3 lidars in the front and many others like the E11, right?
Yes.
We share the same avatar design DNA with 11 and 12. But what we change actually, this car is more aerodynamic. So for a GT, the lights, the depth of the lights, we reduce it, is more flash. So on E11, it's deeper.
Yeah.
It has also the stripes. We decided to do a more clean gesture to make it a bit finer, more elegant.
You want it more cleaner.
Yeah, a bit cleaner, more elegant, because it's an elegant, futuristic GT.
I think it's quite different with the Tesla's design strategy. When they do Model 3, and then they have Model Y. The only difference between Model 3 and Model Y is a bit longer, a bit higher, that's it. But for me, the 12 and 11 looks like they have their own individual character.
Indeed, individuality and uniqueness is very important for Avatar. Actually, if you look at the whole object, it is a well-proportioned and high-end car, but there's always something unique. And for Avatar, what is important is always the rear end. Maybe you see, wow, it's just a pure GT.
Yeah.
It's very futuristic, but something is different. There is no rear window.
There was always something unique from the rear of Avatar.
So, and then again here, that's the view where you perceive the car, and actually also to separate the trunk to the cabin and make this area like a kind of milled surface, you know. So you have a very pure, let's say, geometrical and muscular GT.
How about the trunk volume?
A huge opening
yeah,
for easy access, which not all cars in the segment have.
Yes.
In the interior, you see already a bigger change coming from the E11 to E12.
Yeah.
Actually, the architecture in the interior is different. You feel embraced by this futuristic door panel to the front, and what is visible is that the dashboard is much flatter. And the way we arrange the interior, first to create a very friendly environment, very lightweight interior, bright interior, but giving also a different concept to the user interface. We have this band screen in this background, so coming from this embracing theme in the second layer, it's a very horizontal, slim screen. From left to right, you see also the digital mirror, which is new.
I know the regulation has changed since the first day this month.
So we use this opportunity to provide both solutions. We have the physical and digital. So well integrated within this band, which is not only a band, it's really connected to the door theme.
In the first car, you hide the screen in the environment. This time, you also hide the blank screen in the environment.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can feel that. They are like provides a very good atmosphere to the customer. Some of the car, they just put some iPad on it. So I see different philosophy.
That's a different philosophy indeed. So a good integration is also part of a high-end design. We separate the display layers. Actually, this is your interaction display.
Okay.
The band screen is more or less a information display. It's further away from you. Actually, it's like the physical window versus the digital window, where you just see, you perceive information. So where is the storage?
Storage? Yeah, where is the storage?
Well, actually, you see, we have a very exclusive way to integrate.
Well, by a button?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's plenty of space here. You can have your items inside, and it's covered by this very nice leather material and this door panel design, which is a new way to integrate decorative things in the interior. Designed back, very pure.
We want to hide everything.
Yeah, we create tidiness. So even if you have a lot of stuff here in the interior, the car never looks full of complexity. And what is important while driving, that the phone doesn't slide back while you accelerate. When the phone is on the surface, what happens that it goes down. So it prevents the movement of the phone.
Wow.
So it's a nice feature.
Yeah.
2 wireless charging elements.
For me, it looks like a very modern electric vehicle, but also a very classic European GT. I think maybe you try to combine the modern elements and something classic.
We always look into the future, of course, but it's a 4-door sports car, right? It is a battery. We have some restrictions with the proportions, but you don't see it. Actually, we used it as an advantage. We did the best to compose a car where the track, the wheelbase, and the cabin height, everything is well proportioned. This is the starting point for a great design. And the rest is about purity and about the expressive design, which is still elegant, you know, futuristic elegance.
So why a GT? If you, I think your Chinese colleague must give you a lot of data about the China market. If you see China market, there are a lot of famous sedan from BMW, Audi, or Mercedes. They have good sales record, but we never saw one GT in this market. How dare you?
Actually, EV is a little bit different. You see already cars coming also from BMW, Mercedes, but EVs have some problems with the proportions. You see something is maybe not as expected before. It's a little bit a traditional way of advancing the proportion. And here we just look forward. We use the advantages of EV to create the best attitudes in terms of proportion, gesture. I mean, this is avatar, right? Avatar is embodiment of yourself. It's your mirror, actually. You know? And this is something important in China. Young people, they like to express themselves. And this is a companion, right?
I think a lot of companies say they are driven by design, but in fact, sometimes when they find conflict between design and engineering, maybe they easily give up due to engineering reasons.
Actually, our culture at Avatar is very unique. We understand first the user, to put the user in the center, and to create ideas which are actually driven by design. And this is our commitment. And we have a very direct way to also influence the user experience through design, and to go very directly towards the solution together with our engineers. Of course, from design, we have also the responsibility to come up with proposals which are feasible in this short time. Needs expertise of our talented team, but also needs a very good communication together with our engineers.
That's not easy. You are working at Munich, but I think most of the engineering team are in China.
Exactly.
And so as a designer, but also as a management, how you deal with this situation?
We have daily meetings, of course, together. We have a team set up which is not only in Germany, also the design team in Chongqing. Our team. We have also in Shanghai team. So we have a great bridge between the two parts. And we use also the advantages of the time differences to do the jobs, to be even more efficient at the end. But the communication is key. Here we found a good solution so far, how to communicate with actually a quite big team now. At Avatar, we are more than 4,000 people now.
My personal view is that in the car design history, there seems to be golden age for Japanese car design. There are golden age for American car design. I think now maybe it's the golden age for Chinese car design. Do you agree with that?
Indeed. Yeah, it's indeed a fact. It's very visible, and especially the electrification of cars and smart EVs, that's the future where China plays a role in the forefront. So it's leading, and this is the right platform in the world. And yeah, indeed, that's the golden age of cars, EVs, and it's made in China.
Yeah. I know that there are a lot of European and American and Japanese and Korean guests to the Shanghai Auto Show this time, more than ever. What's your opinion after the Shanghai Auto Show? I know you are not here, but I think you must have the information.
We saw the established brands from the past, but also the very new brands of China coming and presenting their solutions in a very confident way. So it creates a lot of headaches for the established brands, how that could happen especially during the pandemic, nothing stands still in China. So
Yeah.
after the pandemic, the Shanghai Auto Show showed out of the sudden a lot of brands come with fantastic solutions and a lot of innovations in the forefront of the development of smart EVs. And here Avatar plays also a role of creating futuristic high-end solutions.
How you become a famous car designer from a small child, step by step?
I never expected to become a designer when I was a child because I could not believe that there is a job like that. But since I was a child, I was sketching. I was telling stories about science fiction. You know, I was sitting together with my cousins, and I was storytelling about futuristic lives and also sketching these vehicles by myself.
Why?
I was living in Iran at that time, and we had very limited things at that time. You know, there were not enough toys. We tried to do the life joyful through this child life. I really liked these stories of science fiction, but maybe it was also the era of, you know, I saw one time a film of Star Wars. I was so impressed by the design of these futuristic objects. I really was trying to sketch everything, and the industry was actually in the golden times, right? So I could learn a lot. Also, the university was very connected to the industry because design is about doing, envisioning, not only vision. It's really you have to know how to do things at the end.
You still read science fictions nowadays?
Not time anymore for this.
If you have time, I recommend one novel written by a Chinese author, Mr. Liu Cixin. The science fiction was called Three-Body Problem.
Okay, I have to check that.
Last question for you. If there was a very talented Chinese young people and he wants to join your team and he likes sketch cars when he was a child, just like you, how could he join your team finally? Was there any suggestion?
For sure, talent is key. You have to be creative. You have to create the sense of great products. Because we are problem solvers with a sense of aesthetics and ability to express in terms of design. You have to visualize your ideas with a tool you feel comfortable with. Is it a poly model in computer, a CAS model, whatever. You have to be able to show your visions, your ideation. You don't try to copy things. You try to invent, or you take something as given, but make this thing as unique as possible. Maybe it's not the right thing. No, show whatever. Failure is not a problem. In design, it's part of the game to try out and apply for the job.
I have a personal present for you. Yeah.
Already, thank you.
I read this book because for the first time I tried Tesla, I see electric vehicle would be the future. So me and a friend of mine who was in campus university, we worked together and to finish the book in about 4 years.
Maybe I can just do a sketch for you.
Oh,
这来而不往非礼也。Nader 他深知我们中国人的处世之道，于是啊，就像视频开头展现的那样，他就说画一幅车辆速写送给我。我当时就一直站他旁边看着他画，越看越觉得这车特别的眼熟，看着仿佛就像是我们身旁的这台阿维塔12。但是种种细节之处，眉目之间又仿佛有一些不同。这到底什么车？我就问他。 Nader 在这时候就露出含蓄而狡猾的笑容，说让我猜。这我哪猜得出啊？观众朋友们，你们觉得Nader他这画的是什么车呢？